So welcome back to Imperium Gaming and this 3,500 point battle report. This is Warhammer 40k 8th edition and we have the Ultramarines versus the Sisters of Battle. We're playing one of the new missions from the chapter approved supplement and it's called Tactical Gambit. So we have 6 objectives. They are located here, here, number 3 is there, one there, one here, and then finally one at the back here. So in this mission you pull 4 cards at the beginning of each game phase rather, and before you look at them you have to try and guess. You have to gamble on how many you're going to achieve. So if you say you're going to achieve 3 and you manage to achieve 3 or more in that phase, you score 3 additional victory points. However, if you do not score the ones that you said that you were going to score, your opponent gets bonus points. So you can play a cautious game and just say, I'm going to achieve 1, because that's the minimum that you can declare. And then you've got a good chance that you'll do it and you'll score a bonus point. But your opponent may go high, score all of them, and will race away with the points. So I think it's going to make the game very, very interesting. So now let's have a quick look at the armies. Up first we have Sisters of Battle. So here we have 3,500 points of Ultramarines, and my opponent today is Alex. Alex, say hi.
Hello.
And this is his army. So what have we got, Alex?
So we've got 2 battalions, an air wing detachment and a Lord of War detachment. Starting with the 1st battalion, we've got 3 squads of tactical marines, each with a melter gun, Chief Librarian Targarius, a Primaris Lieutenant, and 4 Razorbacks with twin assault cannons, hunter killer missiles, and 3 of them have storm bolters.
That's a lot of cheese in one battalion.
A lot of cheese, yeah. Next is the air wing, just behind them. 2 storm talons and a storm raven, all as you see it, all WYSIWYG.
It's a lot of las cannons.
A lot of las cannons, hurricane bolters.
Okay.
Then the last battalion is led by a captain in Gravis armour, another Primaris Lieutenant, 4 intercessors, all 5-man squads. A squad of 5 Hellblasters, 2 of the intercessors behind them, 3 of them all the assault bolters. The repulsor, that's all as you see as what you get, so it's got the las talons, las cannons, storm bolters, Gatling cannon.
Just lots of shooting.
Lots of guns, it's a gunboat. It's a gunboat. You've got a Primaris champion there as well.
And what's this piece of rubbish in the middle?
Oh, you mean Gilliman?
Oh, yeah, Girly Man. Yeah.
Gilliman, he's leading the force, he's the Lord of War choice.
Right, okay, so that's 3,500 points. Let's go straight into it then. Now at the moment, I'm deploying first, and then we'll see where we end up after that. So here we are after deployment, and we have a line of Razorbacks here. Another one over here, this one's empty, but all of the rest of these are filled with tactical squads. We've got the air wing deployed, we've got a squad of intercessors there, another squad here, here and here. Then we've got the repulsor, I believe has got the Hellblasters. Yep. And a few characters inside. Everything is deployed with the exception of 2 squads of Inceptors who are waiting to come in. So then looking across the other side of the battlefield, we have a wall of black and red. So this vehicle, this vehicle, this vehicle and this vehicle are all carrying Dominion squads. So they will be able to do a free move just before turn 1 starts. So if I get turn 1, expect to see a mad charge up the table. We've also got the Imperial Knight here, and I've tried to deploy some troops to try and discourage some of the potential scatter that might come down from those horrible Inceptors, because I don't want them in my backfield. Who would? And then Celestine is parked here, ready to move forward. And that Rhino there contains a Canoness with Blade of Admonition. She's got a Raya Jacobus, a couple of priests and hospitallers and imagifiers and all sorts in there. So if they can get up, it'll be my sort of almost a mini Death Star, but not that bad. But in reserve, I've got 2 squads of Seraphim ready to deep strike, and I've got the Avenger. So I have to roll for the Avenger. He's in tactical reserve. So all we've got to do now is work out who's going to be player 1. So the Ultramarines, no surprise, deployed first, so they get a +1. So let's do the roll off on camera. I've rolled a 4. That's a 5. So at the moment they have turn 1. I am going to steal. So I'm looking for the fleur-de-lis. That's the 6. No steal. So it's straight into turn 1 for the Ultramarines, but I do have some movement to do first for my squads here. So we'll do that and then we'll start movement for the Ultras. So very quickly, the Dominion squads have redeployed their vehicles here, here and here in an effort to prevent these flyers from being able to screen forward and get within melter range of the Knight and the 2 Exorcists, which are nicely positioned inside those buildings. So that's that. Now we'll go straight into the movement phase for turn 1 Ultramarines. So before Alex pulled his cards, he made a gambit of 2. He's trying to play a little bit safe, but not as safe as a 1, of course. And he's pulled Death from Above, so he needs to kill something with his flyers. He can do that. Honor the Chapter, unlikely. That's where he needs to kill a character, I believe, with a character. And then we've got Defend Objective 6. Now just panning across, Objective 6 is that one there. So he could move forward and start. Depends on how brave he's feeling. And then hold the line. And we've just discussed it. We don't think it would be possible for him to not achieve it, even if he tried, because he's got so many units inside. He needs to get 3 that stay within. So that's where we are before movement phase takes place. Let's get straight into it. So end of the Ultramarines turn 1 movement phase, and we've got a wall of blue. The flyers have moved forward as expected. We've also got one of the units of Inceptors has dropped in, and this squad of Intercessors has moved forward. The reason being, he's got Defend Objective 6, so he's going to try and hold it if he can. And then also in the backfield, the squad of 3 have moved in over to there. That was the only place they could fit. I managed to stop everything else, so should have measured it better. Never mind. And everything else is more or less pushed forward, with the exception, I think, of that 1 Razorback. Is that the only thing that didn't move, Alex?
That's the one that didn't move.
Yeah. So everything else has moved forward, and most things are now within shooting range of most of my army. So this is going to be where the pain comes in. But first of all, do we have a psychic phase?
Yes, we do.
Where is Tiger? Oh, there's Tiger. He's hiding there.
You only got the one to do if you want to film it.
But this guy here is hiding because there's a Vindicare assassin in there. And he's learned before. So, okay, that's the end of movement. Straight into psychics.
I don't think so.
As it's such a short psychic phase, we're just going to do it on camera. So, Might of Heroes from Tigurius onto the Repulsor. That's in with a 10. That's going to make it what?
10 is, yeah, 10.
No, so what's that going to do to the
sorry, it
Repulsor?
gives it +1 toughness, strength and attacks.
Okay, so I'm going to burn a command point. So this is using the Adeptus Sororitas. On a 4+, I can stop any psychic power, but once per turn. So we've stopped that. That's the end of that one. Shooting. So at the end of the shooting phase, it's been quite effective, but not as bad as I thought it might be. So both of the immolators here and here have been destroyed, so first blood has been scored. The squad of 4 Dominions with melter guns have been annihilated. Took a lot of shooting to do it, but they've been annihilated. The squad that were here have been destroyed, and the other squad of Dominions that got out of the other immolator are down to 3 melter guns. Bit of damage chipped off this one, a couple of wounds chipped off of here, and over here there was a squad of 5 sisters there. They are now absolutely in bits and chunks of gore everywhere following these Inceptors. Few wounds taken off of this, and a couple off of that one. So that's it for now. And at the end of the phase, Alex did score 2, as he said he would do, which were Death from Above, so he killed something with the flyers, and Hold the Line. That was all of this lot being within the deployment zone. He's thrown away Honor the Chapter, and he has kept Defend Objective 6, because he will get that in the next turn. And what the rulebook says about that is you still score the point in the next player's turn, but it doesn't count towards being above what you needed when you've declared how many you need. That's just in your phase, if you like. So that's the end of turn 1, because I don't believe there are any assaults, are there? No. So that's it. Let's go into turn 1, second half for the Sisters of Battle. Okay, so this mission's called Tactical Gambit, and it wants to make you gamble. I gambled, and I said I'm going to try and achieve 3 because I'm 1 behind for First Blood. I'm kind of regretting it, because if I don't achieve my 3 objectives, I'm going to be giving the points to Alex. So these are my 3. Behind enemy lines. I was quite happy when that one came up. Could do that. Secure objective 6. That's objective 6. So there's a squad of 5 troops on there at the moment, and those 3 Inceptors. So I need to get something there and kill all of them. I actually think I can do that, but we'll see. And then I got mission critical objective. So I need to take objective number 3. And there are 5 troops sat in that building there holding that. So plus there's the Razorback. So I need to kill those and get 2 models there. I could potentially do that, but again it means I've now got to deal with, I have to focus on that, I have to focus on that, and of course I need to focus on these 3 as well, because they're just going to run havoc in my back lines. So I'm going to have a think, and I'm going to do my moves, but first of all I'm going to do my acts of faith. So I've got some Imagifiers, so I need to see if they're going to be giving any bonus acts of faith. So I've got 1 here, so on a 4 up, she's going to be giving an act of faith in a bubble around her. I've got another one here, so on a 4 up, she's giving an act of faith around there. I have got more somewhere, I just can't remember where they are. I think they might be in vehicles. Yes, they're in vehicles, so they won't be doing anything this turn, but Celestine gives an act of faith, and then my normal rules on an act of faith on a 2 up, just for being Sisters of Battle. So no roll there. Can I command point that?
Is this during the game turn?
We're just going to check, and we'll come back to you on that. So very quickly, limits of command. You cannot use the command reroll stratagem to affect mission dice rolls. No, so we can't do that. Or anything that just stops the game from ending. So, does it roll end on a 1 or a 2, that type of stuff. So we're pretty confident that we can actually carry on and re-roll. So I'm going to burn a command point. And yes, I have. So I've got 4 command points, 4 acts of faith to do. So quickly did the acts of faith. I used this squad to move across to try and get a bit closer to shoot those after I've moved. I used an act of faith to pull a squad out of that vehicle. I realised I had troops in there. Did an amazing advance roll. They're going to be able to move, and as long as I just kill 1 person from in here, I'll be able to take objective 3, which is good. And then Celestine has moved with an act of faith because she's going to try and come and deal with these dudes. So that's it. Let's get straight into the proper movement phase now. So at the end of the movement phase, I've dropped in a squad of Seraphims here and a squad of Seraphims here. I really need to get that behind enemy lines. I did manage to roll in for the Avenger. I've repositioned. I've got a lot of melter guns here, looking up at these flyers. I've jumped out a large squad of bolt guns to go with those. I've forgotten to move those, so I'm going to move those in a sec. Everything else has moved. Imagifiers have moved forward. I've got an amazing run move on this squad, so I've now got 5 closer to number 3, and we've measured up and there's only 4 of the intercessors, so I've taken that one. That's good. And then Celestine is here, and inside this vehicle, it's advanced, is a squad of flamers. Of course, all of these are assault weapons, so they're going to be able to flame through even though I've advanced. So it's looking good-ish. However, end of the movement phase, Alex has played Auspex Scan. So this squad of infantry here are going to get to shoot at these. They get -1 to hit. So we're going to do that now and see what happens.
So, the bolt guns. Only 3 hits.
Any ones to re-roll?
I'm not in range of
You're
anything.
within 12 inches of Gurley Man.
Oh, probably haven't I?
Yeah.
No, because I've got 2 there. That one I knocked. No.
No, obviously weren't meant to be.
Obviously weren't meant to be. 3s.
So
I'm in
just
range of a lieutenant though. He's
okay.
parked in there. So 3 there.
3 wounds for that. I'll roll another one. So 1 dies.
And the melter gun.
Yep. Missed, but re-rolling. Hits.
Nope. Forced to hit.
Oh, 4. Okay, so I lost 1. That's not too bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than that. I'm going to now do some shooting and see if I can hurt some stuff. Okay, so just interrupting the shooting phase, I've managed to destroy the Storm Raven and done 1 wound to this guy, so that's okay, I'm happy with that. I've managed to destroy the unit at the back that was there, and I've killed the intercessors. So when it comes to the assault phase, as long as Celestine can kill 1 of these, I'm good. But now we thought we'd just quickly cut to this one because the Vindicare has got his rifle out. He's targeting down through the line, and there's this big girl's blouse here wearing blue and gold. So this is where I roll a 1. So rolling to hit on a 2. He hits. Rolling to wound, looking for a 6 because he's a character. If I get a 6, it's D6 wounds. No, so 1 wound to Gulliman.
Toughness, you got to roll 5. He's not infantry.
Oh, he's not infantry.
He's not infantry now.
You, but I'm not going to swear because YouTube will cancel the video if I do.
I thought you knew.
Okay,
you know?
so no, I didn't. So no wounds done. That's fine. You live and you learn.
I thought you would just.
So at the end of the shooting phase, after the disastrous attempt with the Vindicare and the lesson I've learnt, one of the exorcists opened up and managed to shoot that storm talon out all on its own. Got a little bit buoyed up by that, so then did another couple of wounds on that one with the other one. So come the end, I'm quite happy with where I've ended up. But I have got to end the shooting phase now and move straight into the charge phase. So charge phase, I've got 3 charges to declare. I've got Celestine into here, and I've got this squad into these guys, and this squad into the Razorback. So that's me for charges, but there is a little bit of Overwatch. Actually, there's a lot of Overwatch. So do you want to start with these guys? We'll do it on camera.
There's 18 shots coming at them. 18 shots and no 6s.
I'll take that. So charge distance is a 7. I'll come back and work that out in a second. Then this squad overwatching here.
8 bolt
Actually,
guns.
can we stop? Sorry. Let's do this squad into here.
Yep.
Because that's where I really want to get in. So if I need a reroll on the charge,
It's
that's where
cannons, isn't it? So
yeah. There's a few hits there.
he's right next to Gilliam, so he is.
Oh yes, rerolling everything. So 5 hits.
2s.
So just so you know, I'd already predicted 5 wounds. I've got the dice ready. So these are 4 ups to save. So 2 go down. Let's calculate the distance. That's an 8, so I need a 9, so I'm going to re-roll the 4 using a command point. And I'm in. So that's good. I'll move those in a minute. And now this squad overwatching at them.
Bolt guns.
So they're just re-rolling the 1s, aren't they?
They're all the 1s.
So 1 hit.
1 hit. 1 wound.
Okay, so 4 up because of the minus
3
1.
up.
Oh, 3 up. So saved it.
Metal gun. No.
And do I get the charge? Looking for a 9? No. So not quite in with that squad, but I'm happy with that. So we'll do the moves and then we'll see what happens as we resolve the actual fights. So at the end of turn 1 assault phase, and also end of the turn for Sisters of Battle, I actually did a wound to that. All I wanted to do was tie it up for shooting, but I actually did a wound, so that was good. Over here, we have 1 lone Inceptor left with 1 wound remaining. That's fine. I have 3 models now closer to that one, so I've now secured objective 6, which was my mission critical objective. So I scored D3 because I've taken it from someone else. 3 points, I'll take that. I scored behind enemy lines, and I secured objective 6 with my... Sorry, I got it the wrong way around. It was that one and that one. So I've scored my 3. I said I'd score 3, so that's brilliant. That gives me 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. To Alex's 5. That took some work in there.
That did take work.
Yeah, so 8 points. So that's the end of this turn. Now straight back to the boys in blue. Okay, so cards pulled. Defend objective 6, defend objective 1, blood and guts, he's likely to manage blood and guts, and priority orders received, and then pulled Kingslayer. So that means that Gulliman has to kill the Canoness that stood between the two exorcists over here. So that's not going to happen. Bad news, he was feeling gutsy. He said he was going to get 3. So there's no way he can get those, because even if he does blood and guts, those are defend, so he won't get them until next turn. So that'll be 3 points automatically given to the Sisters of Battle. I like this one, I've decided.
I did like it.
So let's get into movement and see what happens. So end of the movement phase, of turn 2, the Storm Talon has moved around. It's going to try and shoot the Exorcist's part here. This guy fell back out of the combat with Celestine. He's going to try and shoot the Imagifier. And everything else is out on the ground with the exception of one small squad of 5 which are inside this Razorback. So this one's moved around. Not sure what it wants to target, but clearly something. Gulliman's moving forward. He's looking to fight Celestine, isn't he? And the Ancient is here with the Hellblasters. And then this Razorback's fallen back. This squad have coming across. And then finally the 2 brave characters over here have stepped forward. They'll probably deal with that squad on their own, I would imagine. And then over here, this squad have just repositioned ever so slightly. So that's it for movement. Psychics, I guess. So back to the psychic phase again. So Tigurius is going to try and boost up the repulsor, which he's done. I'm going to spend a command point to try and block it, which I didn't do. Now, do I re-roll with a command point? Yeah, I can do 1 re-roll in the psychic phase, so I'm going to do it. No, still didn't do it. Wasn't meant to happen. Okay, shooting. Oh, just an addendum to the psychic phase. He's going to try and do Null Zone to try and remove my 6-up invulnerable saves, because he's going to shoot me with a melter gun. I've warned him he's going to perils, but let's see if he does.
There you go.
No perils. So Null Zone in. So this squad, and I think, does it affect units or models?
Units, I believe.
Let's have a look. Enemy models. So there's going to be a couple guys that aren't, or maybe more than that, who can't use their 6-up invuln. So that's the dog barking. I think he's eating a UPS delivery driver, so I better go and save them. So at the end of the shooting phase, the squad that was here was killed. He didn't want to kill him. He was trying to bring him down to 1 because he wants to get 3 units to try and assault and kill for his blood and guts objective. Celestine has been taken down to 6 wounds and her Gemini have been killed for the moment, but they might be back. There's 2 dudes left here, or dudettes rather. They're going to be assaulted, and this unit's been dragged down to 4. Took an awful lot of firepower, came in here, but they've survived. And that's more or less it, other than, oh yes, the tank here, and then there's the 5 characters. 1 was killed when it exploded, but 4 have got out. And a couple of wounds done to one of the exorcists. I'm going to kill that next turn in retaliation, but hey, we'll see. And that's it for the end of the shooting phase. We've now got a number of assaults to do, so let's move straight into the charge phase. So, end of the charge phase. Gulliman has made it in along with the intercessors. The Hellblasters and the tax squad tried to join but failed. Intercessors are in on those 2 girls there, so their days are numbered. This guy charged in, so he's trying to lock up my unit there. Shot out a couple of these guys on the way in. Gotta love hand flamers. So we'll see how that fight goes. And the lieutenant failed here. But the Gravis captain made it in. So we've got a number of assaults. He needs to kill 3 units. 1 guaranteed there. Should be able to take Celestine down. However, if she stands up, it won't count. I might lose that unit, but that would be in the morale phase. So it's unlikely. We'll see. If he kills Celestine and she doesn't stand up, that will give it. So let's see what happens. Let's go into the fight phase. Okay, so the end of the assault phase. The 2 girls here were easily cut down. The Gravis captain killed 3. In fact, I've got to do the morale check in a minute for that. No damage done here to either side, so that's good. Over here, 1 wound done to the Hospitaller, but I did a couple of wounds back in close combat, even with the high toughness, so that was good. That only leaves here. So Celestine is down. I now have to try and get her back up on a 2-up. I kept and didn't use my command reroll because I knew this was going to happen. So 2-up. She's back up. So at the end of that turn, 3 points were given away to the Sisters of Battle, so bring them up to 11. But he did score Blood and Guts for 1, so he's on 6 points. So I haven't pulled my cards yet, but I'm going to suggest I'm going to score 3 again. I'm feeling sort of confident. And Celestine did arrive back here, and obviously one of her Gemini pops up automatically. So let's just pull my cards, and we'll quickly give you an update on where we are. The card gods have been kind to me. Overwhelming Firepower, Assassinate, Big Game Hunter, and Secure Objective 5. And just coming across, Objective 5 is the one behind this little building here. So I've got plenty of guys there to hold that. So let's do my movement. But first of all, Acts of Faith. Let's see what we've got. So we've got an Imagifier here. So she's got an Act of Faith that she can do. We've got one here. She can do one. We've got one here. She can do one. And then finally, Celestine on 2-up. That's a 6. I say Celestine, she gets one anyway, but that's the one for the army. So I've got a potential of quite a number of Acts of Faith. A bit limited on what they can do because it's a 6-inch bubble. I think both of these guys might be throwing crack grenades at him. And over here, I might well move the Canoness out of combat so she can start firing her Inferno pistol. But I'll have a think, and then we'll move. So end of the Acts of Faith, we forgot there was another Imagifier there, and she did it, so I got a full house. So this squad have moved forward to make sure they're in range of the Storm Talon. Didn't manage to kill this. I got a wound on him, but being in cover saved him. Celestine has moved across. She's going to deal with Tigurius before he can get a null zone off. And I fired this lot, and of course hand flamers are pistols, and I managed to kill 2 guys, so I feel quite comfortable with that. Now we will properly get into movement phase. So at the end of the movement phase, the Avenger has moved down. It's going to try and pick off 1 or 2 of those if I can. Stayed in contact here because I can shoot again. Fell back out of contact, but I do have the fly rule, so I'll be able to at least shoot, but with -1s to hit. Celestine has got Tigurius' head that she would like to remove and put on the end of her sword before she commands it to flame. The melter guns have moved forward to here, along with the knight, looking to hurt here. And the other squad have jumped into their immolator and it's moved forward. And then finally round here, lots of troops looking to try and rapid fire into this Storm Talon and hold that objective, of course, over there. This squad stayed put. They're going to assault this, continue to go there, and just a bit of jiggling with these 2 to try and finish off this Inceptor. So that's it. No psychic phase, straight into some shooting. So end of shooting phase, I feel good about my life choice. Couple of guys left here. Shot out the Razorback here with the Knight, and these girls pummeled everything there with their shooting, so they're free to act however they want to. Did a wound or 2 on the Lieutenant, and also on here, the Vindicare popped the Ancient for a couple of shots. Brought this thing down to 3. I fired loads at this guy, he is indestructible. I managed to shoot the Storm Talon out of the sky using just the troops. The final 2 wounds being done by an overcharged plasma gun on the priest over there. So it's been very effective. We do now have a charge phase to go into, and I've scored all of my objectives except Assassinate. So I need to kill a character. I'm coming for him. So let's go straight into it. That's the end of the shoot, straight into the charge phase. So the only charge was here. Tigurius threw a crack grenade, hit the Gemini, command pointed for the reroll, but still only managed to do 1 wound. But now I've got to kill this character. So this is Celestine, hitting on 2s. Strength 7, wounding on 3s. So there's 2 wounds in there, AP -3. So that's 4 wounds. How many wounds is he?
He's got 4. I'm thinking of risking it to keep him alive. On the off chance. I'm going to go for it. Nah.
No, so he's dead. Yep,
Yeah,
cool.
he's
That's
gone.
assassinate. Okay, let's just point it up. So at the end of that phase, before we add points on, I'm on 8. Plus I've got the 3 which I got from Alex last time. So secure objective 5, that's a point. So that's 9. Sorry, 12 rather. Big game hunter, I've killed 1. That's 13. Character, 14. And overwhelming firepower, I killed quite a few units, so I score D3. That's another 2, so 16 points. It's a long way for the Ultramarines to catch up.
I got this.
But yeah, you've got it. You've got the big boy in blue and gold. He can do anything.
You're going to kill
Anything at all. Alright, let's move on to turn 3. So just a quick addendum. Forgot to add in the 3 that I'd already won, so I'm on 19 points. But Alex also defended 2 objectives in that turn, so he scored 4 more points, so he's back up to 10, so it can still be done. It's not irrecoverable. So now to turn 3. So Alex, you've been umming and ahhing for a while. I understand why. What's it going to be? How many are you going to try and get?
I'm calling 2.
2, yeah.
As a safe bet.
What cards do you pull?
Area denial.
That's the centre of the board.
The centre of the board.
The centre of the board here. That's actually you can get 1 for that.
I reckon I could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Domination.
That's all of them, is it?
That could be tricky.
Yeah, you're not going to do that one.
Behind enemy lines. That could be tricky-ish. I might be able to get the intercept.
Is that just to get inside the?
It's just to get a victory point. At least 1 unit is completely within the deployment zone. So
okay,
a move and a charge.
so here deployment zone's roughly there. So that's just a straight move for
He
the
moves
sector.
10.
So he'll be in there.
Get
Get that one.
An overwhelming firepower.
Kill
I can
something.
get 1 from that.
Should have said 3.
I should have said 3. That's the gambit.
You could have got 3. That is it. That is. It's the whole safe bet or not safe bet. Okay, movement then.
Measuring to make sure.
So after a lot of measurements and a lot of decision making, Gulliman has charged forward. So if he can kill this, and they can kill this guy and these 2 girls, he will get the 3 point or D3 point area denial, because the centre of the statue is the middle of the table. So that's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out. But the whole army more or less has moved forward to enable this to happen. This squad here stayed put, they don't need to move, and these 2 characters are going to try and finish the job they started with the Seraphim. So that's it, there's no psychic phase anymore.
No.
Shame. Let's do some shooting. Okay, we're almost through the shooting phase and we're at a critical point. The knight is on 2 wounds remaining. Everything has fired now, with the exception of this unit here. So he wants to try and kill it so that Gulliman can freely charge this priest, which will drag him forward, but more importantly, it will almost guarantee clearing off the units that are within 6 and 12 of the centrepiece. So let's see what you can do.
Hidden force. Rerolling the 1s and 2s because of Gilliman. That was a hell of a roll, I must admit.
Not bad.
I need that again.
5s to wound.
Rerolling because of Gilliman. But again, that was quite good anyway. No, so
whilst you're doing that, just to be clear, that squeaking sound is the puppy who never ever plays with that toy and never ever makes it squeak until we're filming a bat rep.
6 there.
So 6.
1.
So I've got to make 4 up saves with 6 dice 5 times.
Ooh, he's dead anyway.
So he's lost 3 wounds there. So there's no point command pointing it. Can't do it. Does he blow up?
Yes, please.
No, he doesn't. Okay, so the Imperial Knight is deceased. Good shooting.
Good shooting, DX.
So that was the shooting done. Now we're on the charge phase. He needs to kill this one and this one. He also wants to lock up this squad of melters. So starting off, the Razorback here is charging. You only need about a 3, maybe a 4.
Do you watch first?
So I've told him not to do it because I'm going to roll at least 2 6s and I'm going to blow him up. So 3 melter guns. Okay, so yeah, didn't get any.
Can't really fail, but...
Yeah, so that one's in. Boom. So girly man. Okay, so I've got a plasma gun. He's going to use me to project himself forward. So I'm going to overcharge my plasma gun. I want to hit him once, do a wound or 2, and I also then want to die. Oh no, why don't you die when you want to die? Do you know what? I've got 2 command points left. I'm going to re-roll that one, looking for a 1, not a 6. No, that didn't do it. Okay, do you reach? Don't make it.
Very comfortably.
Very comfortably in. So Gulliman makes the charge in. Boom. So that's him guaranteed dead. Still need to kill that one. Who's charging first?
The intercessors first.
Alright, so I'm going to throw a cracked grenade. Missed. Do they make it in? Oh, they definitely do. Right, okay. Don't fancy that Imagifier's chances, to be fair.
Same with that tactical squad.
So that tactical squad. 6, that's enough.
2, yeah, they'll get just in, didn't they?
Just about in. So, is that all of your charges?
I don't think now the Hellblasters can actually get there, so yes, that will be all of them.
Okay then, so we'll conclude the fights.
Oh, sorry, and
off of camera. Oh, okay, over here.
Captain and Lieutenant going in.
Right then, so I've got to begin with 1 hand flamer. How many shots? So 5 shots. 5s to wound. So 2 wounds. Nothing taken. Plasma pistol. Sorry, not plasma pistol. Bolt pistols, rather. Missed. Plasma pistol overcharge. Missed.
Lieutenant.
You're in. And the other guy gets in as well. Okay. Is that it?
That is it now.
Okay then, so we'll sort out all of the results of that because I think it's pretty clear what's going to happen. So we've almost finished the fight phase. This guy did no damage to the Dominions, but one of the melter guns was still burning hot and they scratched its paint for a wound in return. The intercessors tore the Imagifier apart. Gulliman has hit this thing. He's not done any mortal wounds, but he's done 5. I've got a 4-up invuln save. If I can make 3 of these, no, 4 of them, I'm alive because I'm a 4-wound model.
No.
Oh, okay. So that'll be 3, 6, 9, 12 wounds. They're all dead, Dave. They're all dead. So we've just added in the points. He started on 10. He scored 2, so for getting 2, so that puts him on 12. Then he scored behind enemy lines, that's 13. Then overwhelming firepower 14 plus a D3 plus a 2. Happy with that?
Yeah.
16 points. Well done.
Oh.
So bottom half of turn 3, I've called 2 that I'm going to try and achieve. So secure objective 5. Kingslayer, is that Gulliman? Oh. Defend objective 5, so I won't be able to score that one this turn. And secure objective 2. So where's objective 2? It's not that one. It's not that one. It's that one. Okay, I can do that. So I can score my 2, at least, with secure objective 5 and secure objective 2. But you know what? I'd quite like to go for Kingslayer.
Pretty thirsty and long shot.
Yeah, well, she's here. So, let's quickly see what happens with Acts of Faith. So, I get 1. Do I get an extra 1 on a 2+? I do. I've got an Imagifier over here. She doesn't. About time. Did you hear that whispered? About time. And there's 1 at the back here as well. And she doesn't. So, just the 2 Acts of Faith. I'll work out what I'm going to do. So, I've worked out what I'm going to do with my Acts of Faith. I'm going to do a move for Celestine, and I'm going to do a move for these 3 Dominions, so they can fall back, because I need to put as much melter into Gulliman as I possibly can. So I'll do that, and then I'll do my moves, so I'll be back after the movement phase. So bottom half of Sisters of Battle turn 3. Immolator's moved forward, going to try and hurt these dudes. Avengers moved across. Closest model's now the Gravis Captain. The Seraphim, which we did the morale tests because we forgot to do it at the end of the turn, they have survived. They're going to take objective 2, so I need to secure it. The command units here have moved across. I'm going to try and finish this. Put a roadblock in the way here and moved some guys around. I need to kill this one last dude, and this squad have moved forward. And before the vehicle moved, the melter guns popped out. I want to destroy that thing. And Celestine with her move before, with her act of faith and then move, she's going to have a go at Guilliman. Let's see how it goes as we go straight into shooting. Oh dear, the tables are turning. So no damage done to Guilliman. Doesn't actually feel like a good life choice to charge him anymore. Only 4 wounds left on this guy. I didn't manage to finish him. Didn't manage to finish him. I did kill the Inceptor, but I fired everything I had and had to rely on the Vindicator to finish him off. So that was just crazy. This guy here managed to survive, didn't manage to kill him. Did a couple of wounds on the Captain, didn't manage to kill him. So I didn't actually kill much. And I'm not feeling quite so brave with Celestine now for charging Guilliman, because when she dies this time, she dies. So what I'm actually thinking I might do is try and kill some nasty stuff around her first. So never think about it, and I'm going to do my charges. Well, I've done the charge phase and I ended up growling. So I moved the Rhino in to absorb the Overwatch. Then Celestine only needed about a 5 or a 6, and I rolled Snake Eyes. She didn't make it in, so she's stuck, stranded, for everyone to shoot the what's-nots out of her. Both of these squads have charged into the Razorback. I lost one on Overwatch. And all 4 characters went in, so there's a chance I might be able to finish this blooming thing off. And that's it for me for the charge phase. We'll go straight into fights and see if I can at least try and finish that one vehicle. Hello, Lionel.
You all right, mate?
So that was a disastrous assault phase. What with this one taking some damage on the way in, then getting hurt when this Razorback here exploded, when Alex did a reroll to get the explosion, which damaged all 4 of those units and this one, and his guys were just outside. So that was not pretty good at all. Here, no damage done. I think that's pretty much it for the assault phase. And then points wise, I scored my 2 that I declared, and I got secure objective 2, secure objective 5, and I'm looking to defend objective 5 in the opponent's phase. So we'll see. And I'm going to discard Kingslayer. So at the beginning of turn 4, Alex has chosen to try and do 3 objectives because he's 7 behind at the moment, and 3 would bring him back into the lead with a decent set of cards. He's pulled cards. He's got secure objective 4, which is right the way back here underneath here. Nigh on impossible, but he's going to see what shenanigans he can do. He's got Lightning Strike, which is to kill a unit in his deployment zone. Oh dear, there's 2 girls there, and a captain and a lieutenant there, so I think that may be done for. And we've also got defend objective 3, which is this one. At the moment, I don't know if he's going to go for it or not, but he won't be able to get it this turn. And then Supremacy, which is to hold any 3 objectives. Now he's already holding 1 here, 1 here, and if both of these models make it in, even if he doesn't kill them, he'll be holding it, but he's likely to kill them, so he's going to be able to get that one. I think he's going to give 3 points away, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. At the end of the movement phase, the captain has come across on his own to kill these 2. An advanced move from the lieutenant, so he's starting to defend objective 3. Guilliman is charging forward. He's going to try and shoot these out to then get to that tank and then see if a consolidate might get him in. Then these 2 units here have moved forward. They're just going to be shooting everything they can at something. This Razorback has fallen back. The Repulsors moved across, and the Hellblasters have positioned themselves to be the closest thing to Celestine, so they are going to try and kill her. That's it. Shooting phase. Alright, we're in a conundrum at the moment. The Hellblasters thought they would kill Celestine. She's got one wound remaining and one of them died. Now, because of the positioning, the only squad that can now kill her is this tactical squad. Everyone else is closer to something else. So we're going to do this one on camera because this is quite important, because Celestine's a threat at the moment. So, Melter-gun. Missed.
Guilliman is on hand.
Still missed. We'll take that. Is that 4 bolt guns?
It's 4 bolt guns.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. So.
It'll probably be bolt gun fire that kills her anyway.
I hope so.
Hopefully she'll stay alive.
I'm sure for a frag grenade. No, we'll do bolt guns.
So what do we get?
We got 6 hits.
6 hits, looking for 3s to wound.
Would you please roll 1 1 for me, please?
So how many is that? Is that 6?
6.
So, no ones.
Oh, we got 2. Oh, we got 3.
Look. Would you have even needed the Hellblasters? Yeah, you did. But okay, so Celestine is dead. And she's died once already, so that's her gone. Threat removed. This game continues to turn with both of the squads here have been shot out. All bar one has been killed here, but she's stopping Gulliman from charging this Exorcist, so that's a result. They blew up the Exorcist down here. Fortunately, it didn't explode. And I think that was it. Oh, shot out one of the girls here. So that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, there was the other thing, wasn't there? Yeah, Celestine died. So that's it. Let's now see what happens as we go into the charge and fight phases. So at the end of the assault phase, Gulliman killed this one girl and consolidated into the Exorcist. And over here, as expected, the Seraphim died. So my half of turn 4. I'm getting fewer and fewer models on the table. It's getting a bit scary now.
That for me.
So, just points-wise, scored another 2, but gave away 3. So that puts it on 18 to 26 at the beginning of the second half. So I declared 2 points that I wanted to secure, and I've made it a challenge, because although I already had Defend Objective 5, which I will get this turn, I've now pulled Defend Objective 4 and Defend Objective 6. The only other one I got is Blood and Guts, so I've got to kill something in the combat phase, which can be tricky. The only thing I really stand a chance against is these units coming across to try and kill this dude here. So I have to try and see if I can work that out. Let's go for it. So at the end of the shooting phase, I managed to bring Gulliman down to 5. I've backed out, I've moved everything around, killed a couple of these dudes and put one on 1 wound. Tried to just weaken him for the close combat, but failed. So all of these are going to be trying to charge him. And here I tried to weaken this one intercessor because I'm going to try and charge it with this. That's it. Let's go straight into the charge phase. Phew, that was a close run thing. I just managed to drag this guy down, so that gives me the Blood and Guts, so I've killed something, and I'm defending Objective 5 this turn, so that gives me 3 points, plus the 2 that I said I said that I would do, which I've done, so that puts me on 31 points, and I'm throwing away Defend Objective 6. So objectives are Psychological Warfare, Mission Critical Objective, and he's rolled number 6, which is here, so he will get that point. Advance, so he needs to move this chap and the Intercessor out, and he's still got Defend Objective 3, which I stopped him from defending. So let's see what happens. So end of turn 5 movement phase, Gulliman is moving around, he still fancies taking on everything on his own, and in fairness, he probably can. These guys have moved around the vehicle that we parked in the way to try and block him off, and the Razorback is now back in play. These have shimmied across, they're looking to try and kill, I don't know if it's the Flyer or these, and the Gravis is in support, and the Intercessor, which I was hoping was going to move out because he pulled Advance, which meant get out of your deployment zone, has decided to keep me locked. Oh well, it happens. So, let's go straight into shooting. Okay, didn't quite manage to kill the very final one, which is stopping him getting through to the Warlord. Terrible shame that. Dragged the Avenger down to 6 wounds and took a wound off the Imagifier here and one off of Uriah, because that's where this chap's headed. Other than that, nothing else done. Oh, a single Battle Sister from up the top shelf here has died. So now it's a charge phase for the first half of turn 5. So the toughness 8 of the Exorcist saved it. It's on 5 wounds and Guilliman's sat in contact with it. And over here, yeah, I made my own vuln saves and then I gloriously intervened and cut the Gravis Captain down. Happy with that. So now let's go to, points. Did you score anything?
Didn't get advance. Oh, did you? Are they morale checks? I killed one, didn't I?
You killed it.
Yeah, I killed one, didn't I?
Yeah.
I got Mr. Physical Objective, so I got 1 point.
So 1 point, so that brings you up to 19, but you did say you were going to make 2.
Gives you another 2, yeah.
So I'm on 33. So at the beginning of the turn, I pulled Secure Objective 4. I've got Defend Objective 4 already running, so that's going to give me 3 points. I said I was going to do 2, so I'm going to get that. I've also pulled Secure Objective 3, which is there, so I'm going to get that. And then Priority Orders received Defend Objective 1, so that has to be my Cariness, who's my Warlord, so she's not going to be able to do that. So let's go straight into the shooting phase. Okay, we're going to do the shooting phase on camera. So the Avenger has come across 2 las cannons, looking for 5s to hit because I'm degraded. Ooh. 2 hits. This is on Guilliman, of course. No wounds, but no rerolls. So then I've got 6 shots with multi-laser. Managed to get 2 hits. What's his toughness?
6.
So 2 wounds go through.
They do indeed go through.
Double one.
Double one.
Have you got any command points?
I have.
You reroll 1?
How much damage is he?
They're 1 point each.
Nah.
So he's down to 3. Then 2, 4, 6, 8 shots with the Avenger. Managing 4 hits. And then strength 6, so 4s. 3 wounds. AP -2. So that's another one goes through. So it's down to 2. Let's just recover my dice. And then 3 shots with the defensive heavy stubber. 3 hits.
Hello.
5s. Another wound. 5. So you've made that one.
Yep.
So now we've got this squad here. We have a melter gun. Missed, but re-rolling 1s because of the Canoness. Made it as a hit. 3s. No wound. Heavy flamer. Does 1. 5s to wound. 1 wound, AP -1. Saved it. So then 2, 4, 6 shots from bolt guns and 4 shots from Stormbolter. This includes the Imagifier attacking because we might just as well do them all together. Re-rolling 1s. So that's a lot of hits. Looking for 5s. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. Nothing. So next we've got, I forgot about crack grenades then. I've got the Canoness will chuck a crack grenade. Re-rolling 1s. Still missed. Then up here, this squad, 1 will throw a crack grenade. Missed. Then there's Stormbolter and 2 rapid fire bolt guns. Re-rolling 1s because they were just within the 6 of the Canoness. So a few hits. Looking for the 5s. So 1 more wound for him to save. Saved it. It's bossing it. So let's just see if we can actually do anything now. Vindicare Assassin. Hits. Doesn't wound, I don't think. Oh well, that's pretty much all I've got. No, I tell a lie, I have 1 more thing. Oh, you can't see, he's hidden. I've got a sneaky plasma gun over there I should have moved, but never mind. Alright, I'll just see if there's anything more shooting to do and then we'll see what happens next. So that's the end of the shooting phase. We did the assault phase. I haven't removed the model yet, but they managed to destroy the Rhino. It didn't blow up. We've rolled and the game has ended. However, I did secure objective 4, I defended objective 3, and I secured objective 3, so that's 4, plus the 2 I said. So that puts me on 39 to 19. So that's the game over. Epic handshake.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you very much.